What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, in one of the comment sections of my last Chicago Bulls video, or maybe it was a few videos ago, I was told to make the United Center the background for one of my videos. So I figured out how to do it, ladies and gentlemen, and here it is. The United Center is the background for one of my videos. Ultimately, I think this is actually a very fitting background because it looks like the Chicago Bulls have decided to sign someone, or maybe the key word is extend someone, who's going to be at the United Center now for a couple more seasons, maybe even more. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Let's discuss it in this video. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know what you guys think about, firstly, the background. I must admit as well, I don't know if I should be doing this for legal reasons or not, but I am not actually at the United Center, and this is just for fun and everything like that. I have no association to the Chicago Bulls or anything like that, but, you know, I'm just a fan, just having fun. That's really it. But also, what do you think about the Bulls extending their head coach, Billy Donovan? It has been, I guess, reported that the Chicago Bulls have signed on Billy Donovan to a multi-year contract once again. So if I'm not mistaken, and this is all rumors and speculations in terms of last contract, because it wasn't really public, the last contract that Billy Donovan had, it looks like this year would have been his final year with the Chicago Bulls if he didn't have that extension. So now he has an extension. And ultimately, a couple of things spurred my mind when this happened, but ultimately the first thing I could say is I am absolutely not surprised that Billy Donovan is going to be the Chicago Bulls head coach for many years to come. Now, that's not to say I'm not upset about it or anything like that, but we need to be honest with ourselves here, ladies and gentlemen. We all knew his job security was safe and secure sitting at the top of the Chicago Bulls organization. We knew his job security would be secure, and it's no surprise that it is this secure. We've made fun of it all this time, but the reality sits, it's true. He's always had the job security that many people would dream of in their lives. And this is it. This is just another example of that. I feel like, I don't know, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. I'm trying to be honest. I don't want to be disrespectful in any way when I talk about this situation. It's a mixed bag because I think he's entering his 6th year now. And in those 6 years, we've made the playoffs once with one playoff victory. And DeMar DeRozan had to drop 40-plus points in order to get that victory against the Milwaukee Bucks. Since then, we've had no playoff success. Very little. And to be honest, it doesn't feel like we're getting closer to success. It feels like we're getting further and further back. So when you think of it in that sort of way, it's very hard to endorse Billy Donovan as the guy to lead us to the future because we've seen so many years of it not happening. But you have to look at the other side of the coin here as well, ladies and gentlemen. There's always two sides to a story, and that is clearly, and I mean this in every sense of the word, clearly the Chicago Bulls think Billy Donovan is the leader, and the players respect Billy Donovan a lot, and that is why he's still here. I mean, all those things have to be true. Maybe there was a little bit of confrontation with Billy Donovan and Zach LaVine at certain points in his tenure here, but Zach LaVine isn't here, and Billy Donovan is. It looks like all the other players that we currently have on the roster value Billy Donovan and value what he brings to the coaching staff. And you have assistant coaches, you have the front office all backing him. So it's clear he's trusted. And maybe that's not the worst thing in the world to have someone that is trusted in the organization, especially by the players. Because we know players, if things don't go their way, they could potentially stop, I guess the saying is they could stop playing for the head coach. They'll start kind of being mediocre about it. Maybe they're not going to really try and what these things, they're going to drop the ball, all those sort of connotations. That can happen if players are not happy or on board with this decision. So I feel like this was done carefully. I feel like this was done with everybody kind of knowing it was going to happen. And this is the result of that. My only issue is, despite the fact that I'm a little bit triggered by this, is that we still don't know the years. We just know it's a multi-year extension, so more than one. That's all we know. My guess is it's probably going to be 4 years because, the Bulls love giving out 4-year contracts to coaches. And that's really it. I think it's going to be a multi-year deal. And to me, that just screams 3 to 4 years of Billy Donovan at the helm of the Chicago Bulls. So I talked about the positive and I talked about the negative. All in all, it's a bit of a frustrating time to be a Chicago Bulls fan. But to sum it up, what are my honest thoughts on this situation? I think when we're trying to go for different things, and we're trying to go for a younger group, trying to compete with a younger group, a different style of play, and all these things. Last season, Billy Donovan had a very good end to the season. And if I was thinking of it now with the Chicago Bulls for next season, you probably shouldn't be getting rid of Billy Donovan right now heading into next season, just because of how good his end to the season was. And that's something you want to carry over. And with Zach LaVine gone, no one expected us to really have that end to the season that we did. Many people didn't. So I feel like if that's where we're going based off of, Billy Donovan should have next season to try and implement that same style of play from the very beginning to the very end of the season, because we definitely changed as a team. Things structurally changed. The way that we played changed. And Billy Donovan does take credit for that. But if you're asking me overall, do I think Billy Donovan for the Chicago Bulls as the head coach is going to work to get us to the playoffs, to get us to championship success? The answer is, in his entire career at this point, the answer is no. I don't see Billy Donovan as a coach that's going to bring us that championship. I don't see Billy Donovan as that coach that's going to bring us a massive playoff success. So he has, I guess, this season to implement things the way that he likes with this current roster. And it's up to him to prove a lot of people wrong in that standpoint. I think it's not bad to have him with the Chicago Bulls this season. But if you're talking about the season after, and then the season after, and then the season after, I don't think this is the right move. And I'm going to be honest about that. But I guess congratulations to Billy Donovan is in order. I know many Bulls fans are in disarray. They lost their marbles, I guess you could say, you know? I don't blame you whatsoever, but I'm also not going to be the person that's going to scream and shout, throw my hat, punch things, and swear to the moon and back. It's just not the way that I do things. And honestly, I'm just have mixed feelings about it. So I can't just, pretend that I'm distraught. I can't pretend I'm happy either. I just feel, I wouldn't say irrelevant is the word. I guess indifferent. Indifferent is the word. I just feel indifferent about it. It is what it is. We all knew this was coming, so why make a fuss about it? We all knew it. We all saw this coming. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. With that being said, thank you for watching. If you're one of those guys that are gonna really feel depressed about this in the next few days, by all means, leave a comment. Tell me how you feel. I'll read it. I haven't been replying to comments recently, but I'll be reading it, and I'll be feeling sorry for you if you're really upset about this. And if you're happy about this, why not let me know? I feel like it's very rare to see someone that's actually going to be happy about this. So, you could be the one that's really ecstatic. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video. I'm probably not going to keep the United Center background the entire time. I'm honestly just going to do different things, like I said. Just different things, random things. Let's just have fun with this. Sometimes we're going to have the normal background, the normal, you've seen it in the past, the normal stuff. And sometimes we're going to throw things out there. But I think this is a heck of a background, I mean, hold on. I don't know. You see that logo, bro? You see that? The United Center in its beautiful reds, fans coming in. This is a good ass background, man. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I do keep this, but nah. Anyway, we'll see. Different things, different times. This will definitely not be permanent because, again, I like my room. I like seeing my room in videos as well. So anyway, have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.